Hi, this is Corey Chambers in Los Angeles. Your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it. Thanks for taking a minute to listen in. In a moment, I'll share with you some valuable information about this topic. Coronavirus property entry advisory and declaration, and all jobs are essential. If you see any properties that are of interest to you, let us know. We will gladly send you a property information packet on any loft, condo, or house, or we will arrange for a private preview upon request. If you have a home you'd like to sell, then you should know that I will guarantee the sale of your present home at a price acceptable to you, or I'll buy it for cash. This guarantee will allow you to buy your next home without worrying about selling your present home. To find out how much you could sell your home for, call me at 213-880-9910 now. So this is a new form. There's been 3 or 4 coronavirus forms already created and put out by the California Association of Realtors. I'm a realtor. I'm a broker associate with Realty Source Incorporated and a loft specialist. I specialize in urban homes and homes with character. So today we're seeing a dangerous shortage of critical thinking and a perilous lack of investigative reporting about health and economics and how they go together. Now, those are 2 things that humans tend to do a very poor job of. The more complicated aspects of health and medicine and the more complicated aspects of economics. So that's why we are on the potential we're already in the worst economic and health crisis ever in the history of mankind, and it has a great potential to be much, much worse. To be by far, now we have some advantages that we do have some technology. We do, or we almost are at the point to where we have some artificial intelligence and quantum computers that could help us dig our way out of anything. So there's a lot of reasons, plus we have vast resources. So, but if you have vast resources and you squander vast resources, then you no longer have the vast resources, and then you add a few panics, a few disasters, and then you find that your civilization has collapsed, just like it happened to Rome and the Weimar Republic of Germany. Now these were the most educated, advanced civilizations on Earth, okay? And they collapsed, crumbled, catastrophically. So if people are dumb, then they get very dumb results. So the LA Loft Blog pledges to help protect unhealthy and healthy people by providing the whole truth. All jobs are essential. So this is a form, coronavirus property entry, advisory, and declaration. California Association of Realtors has provided this advisory for those who are looking at real estate for sale and for lease. And here's exactly what it says. I'm going to let you read this kind of on your own. But it starts off with the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic as a worldwide risk to human health. COVID-19 is highly contagious and has a mortality rate many times greater than the flu. Now, we're starting off right here with something that there's data to suggest that this is not correct. When they say mortality rate many times greater than the flu, we don't have 100% data for that. We have data that contradicts that. So when it comes to health, you can take it from me, someone who has 53 years of a nearly perfect record of health, okay? Better than anyone that I know, 99% of the people that I know. So I'm not getting paid to lie to you. I'm not getting paid to tell you the truth. I am indirectly getting paid to tell you the truth, the pros and cons, because that's my reputation. That's how I make money, earn my living, because people have me sell their homes and help them buy homes because of my reputation for giving them all of the pros and cons that other professionals do not tell them. People tend to be, real estate agents tend to be perma bulls. Everything is good. Everything is wonderful. 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and 10 years out of the decade, 100 years out of the century. Everything is just fantastic. Now, we know that that's not true. So that's why when I write the LA Loft blog, when I talk to people individually, you hear the good and the bad, and the things that people perceive as good and the things that people perceive as bad, because that's how you can make a good decision. So the same thing goes for health, and the same thing goes for economics. Talking to someone who has a good economics record for most of the 53 years that I've been alive, someone who actually has a background in economics with lots of classes in economics. So when I talk about stuff, it's things that I know about, such as Bitcoin that I know about, and I hear so many people, it's painful to hear people talk about Bitcoin or technology when they don't know what they're talking about. But let's get back to this, because this is important. Because this is actually about life and death, and it's also about being rich or poor for the whole world. So this is something for you to read. This form, it's just there for everyone to know what is on that form. Now here's the rest of my commentary. We are reading claims that the COVID-19 mortality rate is many times greater than the flu. We should ask what that mortality rate actually is, because there's data to suggest that we are not being told the truth. I'm good at knowing the truth, too. I just don't get deceived very often. And when I am deceived, I always have a feeling that I might be being deceived. And when I'm being told the truth, I never think that I'm being deceived when I'm being told the truth. I'm always accurate. So of those who have died of COVID-19, how many have had life-threatening pre-existing conditions? Well, I don't answer that in the blog, but I'm going to tell you what I think. The data that I see, and I'm looking very closely at this, and unfortunately, the media is going along with this just like they went along with the drumbeat of war for the Iran-Iraq invasion. All the mainstream media was beating those drum beats. We're going to war. We're getting ready for war. We're going to war. Did they question it? No. Almost zero questioning of these wars that we now know killed 50, 100,000 people, 1 million people for no reason or terrible reasons. So when we're making life and death decisions with millions of people and economic decisions that the whole world is going to be affected by, we have to question things. So that's why I said we're seeing a lack of questioning. The mainstream media is all just towing the party line, whatever the party happens to be, which currently even the Republicans are towing the Democrat Party line. Okay? Just like the Democrat Party line, the Democrats toe the Republican Party line every time it's time to go into an unjust war that we should not be going into. So those are important things for everybody to know, because I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, so I can tell you the truth on that. So, but I do know economics, and I know health well enough to know what is going to make me sick, what's going to kill me, and also what's going to kill my dad. Now, this virus can absolutely contribute to the death of my 83-year-old father. He's roughly 83, because he has pre-existing condition that's very serious. He has atherosclerosis. He's got cardiopulmonary disease. So, of course, this would kill him. Do I want it to kill my dad? Of course not. I would pay billions of dollars, trillions, quadrillions of dollars to keep my parents, alive and healthy. But I don't have quadrillions of dollars, do I? Neither do you. So we have to make wise decisions with health and economics, because despite what people think, there is no endless supply of money for anything, including medical care. It's all rationed one way or another, and the best way of rationing it is supply and demand with money, with a strong currency. So there is evidence of deception, and next we must ask, how many will suffer and perish due to the current economic situation? So if you study world history, the history of even semi-successful, or we should say almost successful socialist societies. Now, socialized medicine in rich countries in Europe, it is more or less successful because they have tons of dough. So they can afford to waste tons of dough. They've got brains that they can make things kind of work. Nevertheless, if you compare that to free enterprise, and if you take American medical establishment, remove the craziness out of it, it is the best in the world and the most successful in the world. If you remove all of the obesity epidemic, and if you remove the all the other distortions that it contains, then then free enterprise medical, where people make their own choices and their doctors and their employers can contribute to their medical bills. If they can negotiate that, has always gotten the best results. So the other epidemic we have is over prescriptions of nearly everything. So, and these over prescriptions and over treatments it makes people sicker. So if you just look at who takes more and more medication, their health gets worse and worse and worse. I shouldn't have to be the only one that recognizes this. Just take a look around. I don't take any medications, and I'm very healthy. I know someone very, very, very close to me who is taking crazy medications, antivirals and all sorts of stuff, antibiotics by the handfuls, and has almost died bleeding out of every orifice from antibiotics. Okay, so anyway, I just hope that people that I can contribute a little bit to people seeing the truth in this. Yes, if my dad got coronavirus, COVID-19, he has a fairly significant chance of dying, okay? Probably a 6% chance of dying, maybe a 9% chance of dying. So that's significant. However, if I get coronavirus, it's very much around very close to 0 chance of dying for me. So I don't want healthy people or unhealthy people to die, and I don't want healthy people or unhealthy people to go broke and die. So if the economy is not managed properly, then that's exactly what will happen. Healthy people and unhealthy people both will be going down in flames with not enough resources to pay for the world's best medical care that we all should have, because we have the ability to do so. Corruption and poverty kill millions. Throughout history, panic and economic collapse have killed hundreds of millions of healthy individuals. Today, by the way, here's some links here, but do some Google searches. Don't just rely on, look at my links and then do your own searches. Today, we're all at risk of panic-induced poverty and economic collapse that would affect the health and well-being of every man, woman, and child. Just today, the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, has warned of humanity's darkest hour if we fail on connecting properly and implementing epidemiology and economics. Okay? What that means is we need to learn and act on what is going on, not only ourselves, but the people that we're voting on. Do we really want them to spend $3 trillion, $6 trillion, $9 trillion on something that that is like the common cold? It's about as curable as the common cold and the flu. Okay? There is no cure. There is no vaccine. People have died from trying to make flu vaccines. I've taken a flu vaccine. It gave me the flu. Okay? If you catch the flu, it gives you the flu for free. If you take a vaccine that's artificial, then you're getting all these artificial preservatives and the flu, and then you have thinking that you can outsmart Mother Nature. But I guarantee we should all know this by now. If you are my age or older, you should know that Mother Nature makes a much better flu vaccine than whoever's making them with their all the chemicals and all the additives and preservatives. Okay, to protect the unhealthy and the healthy, social distancing and other effective measures absolutely must be taken, but taken in ways that preserve freedom and free enterprise so that Californians will have the resources that we need to survive next year and the next 10 years and beyond that. So California real estate professionals have declared their job essential, as you could read in this paper that they gave us. That yes, that's true, but not only real estate is essential. History has proven that all jobs are essential. Your job, your family members' jobs, everyone's jobs is essential. Because if we lose those jobs, we were going to lose our medical. Okay? You don't have any medical establishment when you don't have jobs. That is all I have to say about this. Thank you so much for listening about the Coronavirus Property Entry Advisory and Declaration Form and the fact that I think that, most people are going to agree with me that all jobs are essential. And that if we don't have jobs, if we don't have an economy, we don't have health. I'm Corey Chambers in Los Angeles. Your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it. Thanks for taking a listen. As I mentioned, a property information packet of any loft, condo, or house or private preview is available upon request, or we will go in and we will video interiors of any property in downtown Los Angeles or almost any property nearby. All right, to get that for free, call 213-880-9910 now. Corey Chambers, Los Angeles. Your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it. Thanks again and take care. Bye-bye.